Well. What a win that was by Arsenal. Welcome, guys, to another player ratings video after an Arsenal match. And for the third time in a row, I've got a smile on my face, which only means one thing. A fantastic win by Arsenal, Arteta and co. Away at Wolves, at Molineux. And I'm still buzzing. I'm recording this around, I think it's just under 45 minutes just after the game's ended. And I am still absolutely buzzing. Barely anyone expected us to go there and win. I thought I would have took a draw before the game, and at the first 20 seconds when Adama Traore ran through on goal, and Emi Martinez bravely came out and saved the ball, which set a trend throughout the game. We'll get onto that in a second, though. I didn't have high hopes, and the first half considered very boring. Wolves were happy to sit off and let us have the ball. They are a counter-attacking team. That's how I expected, and I'm sure Arteta expected Wolves to set up. They've got pace and power with Adama Traore. They've got a fantastic finisher in Raul Jimenez up front. A very well-drilled, well-organised team, and I really rate Wolves and Nuno as a manager. And there's a reason why they're doing so well in the league. They before tonight, they were the Premier League's most informed side. And we knew just how tough it was going to be. And like I said, I'm sure me and a lot of Arsenal fans would have took a draw before the game. And we knew it was going to be tough to score. As well as being the most informed side in the league, they have the best defence in the league. So we knew we weren't going to get many chances. And we had to take the ones we did get. And that's exactly what happens. Chances for both teams were very scarce. And to be honest, but it was actually a pretty boring game. But do I care? Not one bit. And we got the lead in the 43rd minute when Bukayo Saka, the absolute beast that he is, volleyed home brilliantly, just past Rui Patricio to give us the lead. Only a few days after signing a brand new contract, which will keep him in the club for another 4 years. And if I'm being honest, we need to keep him for another 25 years. This kid is absolutely incredible. What a finish that was from the young lad. And so we went into the break, 1-0 up, decent first half. Hadn't allowed them too many chances there and allowed us too many chances either. And I was very happy with that. And I knew what was going to happen. It was going to happen was that they were going to come out and we just go try and defend and hit them off the break, which is what we'd done against Southampton, what we'd done against Sheffield United, and in both of the games it paid off. Worked brilliantly against Southampton, where we scored late with Joe Willock getting us a 2-0 win. Sounds familiar. And then it looked like it wasn't going to work against Sheffield United until Danny Ceballos popped up with the last-minute winner. And that's exactly what happened again. For the first 25-30 minutes of that second half, Wolves were all over us. We barely got a touch in the half. We only had one attempt on goal in the second half in the 75th minute, which was a header from Nketiah, which went wide. And it was clear that we were trying to grind out and hold on for the 1-0, which I was perfectly happy with. And it was clear when we started holding the ball in the corner with 10 minutes to go. But out of nowhere, Joe Willock, who had been brought on, ran through about 5 Wolves players, and crossed in really brilliantly to his first substitute, Lacazette, to smash under Rui Patricio after a really good first touch to give us the win. And we could have had a third a few minutes after when Joe Willock again ran through, but it was really well clear off the line by Ruben Neves. But overall, a fantastic win for Arsenal, and let's get right into the player ratings. Starting off with Emi Martinez in goal, and I said this after the Southampton game. I said this after the Sheffield United game. I said this after the Norwich game. I am starting to forgive Neil Maupay because we have not missed Leno one bit. Emi Martinez, absolutely brilliant. I think this was his best performance yet, and that says a lot because in those 3 other games he was superb. This one, absolutely brilliant. Such a brave goalkeeper. So many times he came out, caught crosses, caught the ball. And his handling's brilliant, and his distribution's brilliant, and he's unlucky that he's got a goalkeeper the quality of Bernd Leno in front of him, because he would definitely be starting for quite a few Premier League sides. A fantastic performance by Martinez, one of the standout players in which there was a lot of standout performances. I want to give him a 10 because we did keep a clean sheet, but for him to get a 10, I feel like he had to make a few more actual saves, because Wolves didn't actually have a few attempts on goal. Most of what he did was just catching crosses, which is really good. I think if he had made a few more really crucial saves, he would have got a 10. But for me, it's got to be a 9, which is not bad at all. And starting off at right wing back was Cedric Soares. I'm going to say Suarez, but I'm not sure anyone else. I think it's Suarez. I'm going to say Cedric Soares. And for his first start for the club, and if I'm being honest, he probably was one of the worst performances, but that doesn't mean he wasn't bad at all. It wasn't a bad performance from Cedric for his first start for the club. I'm going to give him a 6, but he could nearly be a 7, but did his job, did it okay. And 6 for Cedric. Starting off at the back three is, again, we start off with a 3-4-3, which I think works very well, especially with Luiz in there, because he works really well on a 3. But we're going to start with Shkodran Mustafi. What a performance from Mustafi. Like, people are quick to point out his flaws, but you've also got to be quick to point out what he does well. And that's what I'm going to do. So, Shkodran, you're welcome. But what a performance from Mustafi again. Another performance to highlight. Just the improvement he has made under Arteta. Fantastic performance from Mustafi. I thought it was the standout player of the 3. But all 3 of our centre-backs were quality. It was a brilliant defensive performance. So yeah, Mustafi again gets a 9 for me. Moving on to the central centre back was David Luiz. Works so much better than a 3-back. Like, it's not like I said this against Norwich, where we saw in the 16-17 season with Chelsea just how good he can be in a back 3. So we've seen it again tonight. A fantastic performance from Luiz. I'm giving him an 8. The reason I'm not gonna give him a 9 like Mustafi is because he did pick up an early yellow card, which did worry me because he got sent off twice already this season, but he did well not to pick up a second yellow and made one really crucial block actually from Diego Jota in the second half. So yeah, very good performance from Luiz. I'm going to give him an 8. Final centre back was Kolasinac, and again I say all 3 of the centre backs were quality. If Kolasinac wasn't quality, I think he's not good. He's not suited for that centre back role. And if we are going to continue with a back 3, you'd think Saliba, or if we bring in a centre back like an Upamecano who've been constantly linked with in the last few months, they would probably fill that role. And it wasn't a brilliant performance by Kolasinac, but it wasn't terrible either. He did well with Adama Traore, who when he got past Tierney or Maitland-Niles, who came on for him in the second half. Kolasinac has that left side centre back, had to cover for the left wing back with the dangerous Traore running at him, and I think he did it well. He didn't match him for pace, we knew that, but he did match him for strength. Did it well. I'm going to give Kolasinac a 6. Right, Cedric. Moving on to the midfield, Granit Xhaka. What a performance from Granit. People are starting to realise now. He is so important to how we play. And it showed again tonight. What performance from Granit. I'm going to give him an 8. Very could easily be a 9. Again, one of the standout performances for me. His partner in midfield was Dani Ceballos. Decent performance from Danny. Not as good as the Norwich or Sheffield United games, I think, but very decent. I'm going to give Danny a 7. Did what Danny does best, just making us tick. Again, the thing that frustrates me with Dani Ceballos is he holds onto the ball too much. A bit similar to Matteo Guendouzi. He just holds onto the ball too much and spins around when he should be releasing it, and that happened a few times in the game. But apart from that, I thought he did really well, just keeping the ball moving and making us tick. That's what he's in the team to do. Starting off the attack was the captain, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I thought it was a very solid performance from over today. Didn't score, but like it's against Southampton, did pretty much everything but score. His passing and his movement was brilliant. He did really, really well. I thought I'm going to give him a 7. If he had scored, it probably would have been a 9. It was a really good performance from Oba, I think, today. On the opposite wing, Bukayo Saka, and if I'm being honest, I didn't have high hopes. Yes, he's so talented, but it was clear, I knew, and it was clear in the first 20 minutes or so, he's not suited to that to playing on the right. He's very strongly left-footed, like Nicolas Pepe, who he probably would be starting there if his wife wasn't in labour. Congratulations, Nico, on that one. And I hope everything does go smoothly with that. But back to Saka. He's very, very strongly left-footed. He doesn't really have a right foot, and it was clear that he wasn't really suited to that role. We saw it against City. We saw it against in the first 25, 30 minutes or so against Wolves. But he gradually got more and more into the game and scored an absolutely brilliant goal. That is not an easy finish. I would have scuffed that straight into the stand. But what a finish from Saka on the volley to beat a very, very solid keeper, Rui Patricio, as well. Brilliant performance from Saka in the end, so I'm going to give him an 8. Starting off, finishing off with the first 11. Starting up front was Eddie Nketiah, and again, like Aubameyang, Eddie, very good. Very similar to the Southampton game. You know, the thing is with Eddie, he's very young. You can't always expect a goal from someone who's very young like that. But what you can get, I said this against Southampton, what you will get is 100% determination and 100% hard work, and he did that absolutely brilliantly. He pressed their back line non-stop, ran himself into the ground, And and it was clear when he come off that he was absolutely knackered, and you could see it. Brilliant performance, Mehdi. Could give him a 7 as well. And that's the first 11. Moving on to the subs, starting off with the first one to come on, which was, I believe, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Came on for Kieran Tierney, which is a bit of a weird one. Which actually, that reminds me, I actually forgot to do Kieran Tierney, so we're going to do him now. Kieran Tierney, very decent. What we expect from KT now, one of our most consistent performers. I'm going to give Kieran Tierney a 7. Anyway, back to the subs. Forgot to do Tierney. But, yeah, Ainsley, I actually would have started him ahead of Cedric, but he came on for Kieran midway through the second half, which is a bit of a weird one. I would expect him to come on for Cedric. I hope Tierney's not injured or anything. I hope it was purely for fitness reasons. It looked that way. He looked fine. He didn't look injured at all. I'm sure we'll find out soon. But I thought Ainsley did really well, pocketing Adama Traore, and did really well defensively as well. I would start him at right back or right wing back against Leicester, because I thought he came on, did really well. I'm with Ainsley a 7. Then next substitute who came on was, I believe, Hector Bellerin. Hector Bellerin came on for Cedric, like for right wing back position. Hector's come under criticism from a lot of fans in the last 3 weeks, but I thought he came on, did very well. Didn't have a lot to do, but did what he had to do. I'm going to give him a 6. Lucas Torreira also came on for the last few minutes as well. Wasn't long, wasn't very long, but it was really good to see him back playing again, because we know what he can do. We know how good he is. Was long enough though to pick up a yellow card for time wasting, which is quite fun. But yeah, decent performance. Torreira just did what he needed to do, just in the midfield, win the ball back, and hold out for that win. And he did it really well. 6 again. Moving on to Joe Willock, absolutely brilliant. If he had been on longer and continued how he was doing, he could actually be in a shout with man of the match. Came on, got a brilliant assist for Lacazette's second goal, and nearly scored himself if it wasn't cleared off the line from Ruben Neves. Really good from Joe Willock. I'm going to give him a 7, I think. 7 or 8. We'll give him a 7.5, even though we don't usually do decimals. But we'll pretend we do for the sake of Joe Willock. And there we go. And then final one is going to be Alex Lacazette. Nearly forgot him there. Don't know how, because he scored. Scored a crucial second goal, which is absolutely brilliant. Absolute limbs, I can tell you that. Really good finish as well. Great first touch. Took it brilliantly. Lacazette gets a 7. And finally, I'm going to rate Mikel Arteta. I think this is something I haven't done and something I should do. Personally, I'm going to give Mikel Arteta a 9. If he had started Maitland-Niles over Cedric, which is what I would have done, I probably would have given it a 10. The only other change I would have made to his starting 11 would have been Pepe in for Eddie, but obviously Pepe wasn't going to play because his wife's in labour, so that's not his fault. So, and one thing which I noticed as well, his game management is improving a lot. One thing that I was a bit worried about in the first few games, especially against Brighton, his substitutes were a bit confusing and his game management wasn't the best, but absolutely superb from him. Subs worked brilliantly. Fantastic game management from Mikel Arteta, and overall, all of that combined into a very, very good 3 points for Arsenal, in which 4 wins in a row now, you never know. Yes, we've got a pretty tough run in, but you never know. If we can get a few more wins in our next, I think it's 5 games we've got left, who knows? We could find ourselves in the Champions League spot. I'm not going to get over myself. I think we just got to take it game by game, win after win, and we'll see where we finish at the end. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe. I certainly did enjoy this video. And see you guys later. Peace out, guys.